Yes, G.
Hey Didi,
Mr.
what's up?
Chatterjee.
What's up? What's up, Didi?
You all know why we are here. We are here for a very, very, very special person. That special person is none other than Darshan Dashi, one of my closest friends, mentors, guide, brother, anything that you want to call. I will be more than happy to let you know that he is not only one of the best drummers that India has, but also one of the nicest, most humblest human beings that I have met. It takes a lot of time for people to practice, reach as a musician where they are, but it takes longer to be the human being that basically takes you forward in your journey of music and life. And that person is Darshan Doshi. I consider myself lucky and blessed to have met some of um, the most wonderful musicians, and Darshan is definitely one of them. He's not just a humble guy, he's a badass drummer also. He is a he is what we call a hard hitter, and I have been lucky enough to share stage. It's less in your life where you get to share stage with another fellow drummer, and but we have been lucky. I have been lucky to share that. So let me see if Darshan's here. Yeah, Darshan's here. Sending him a wave, and I'm sending him a request. Let's see.
If he accepts, if he doesn't, then probably I'll have to do this myself. But if and when he does, I'll bring him on and we'll begin this great journey.
Yes, G.
Hey Didi, what's
Mr.
up?
Chatterjee.
What's up? What's up, Didi? Good evening.
Good
Good evening. Good
evening.
to see you, man. Good to see you.
Same here, man. We actually just always either talk on WhatsApp or call, but it's kind of really nice to finally see you like this and talk to you on Instagram. And firstly, thank you so much for a lovely introduction. I don't know whether I deserve it,
It's all
but
true. It's all true, actually. It's all
thank
true.
you.
It's
Too
all on
kind.
Wikipedia that you're the best drummer. It's all on Wikipedia. There's nothing that I have done about it.
Thanks, buddy.
How have you been, man? How have you been?
Good, good,
How's
good, good. As you know, the last year has been quite relaxing. That ways, I feel lucky, blessed, to be with my family, to be at home, be safe, and trying to do and trying to work from home as much as I can, and just keep a very positive attitude. It's especially in the last 2 months, it's been very rough for all of us. The first lockdown was still a little more relaxed because it was kind of new, and we like finally got a break from all the craziness that we used to do. But the second one was kind of really hard, and I was also kind of tested positive in March end, but luckily I had some mild symptoms and I had to quarantine myself for about 14 days. So, but otherwise, yeah, it's been very positive and very good for me and my family, and we've been blessed with a 5-month daughter now, Shaya. So I'm really really enjoying my time with her right now.
Yeah, I was just going to come to that point that this is your new gig. This is your full-time gig right
Yes,
now. How does it
absolutely.
how does it feel like being the incredible father? I remember talking to you when your daughter was born, and we were discussing that how it's changed you. So if you can just share a little bit with our viewers how that has changed you as a human being, and definitely it does as a musician also.
Yes, I remember you were the first person to tell me it's going to be from DD, it's going to be DAD now. So it was pretty cool.
Sorry for taking my bad jokes.
No, no, no. But yeah, it's been really kind of life changing for me. Like I think it's just overall just makes you a very different person. The way you look at life now, and just to see that baby born from day zero, and obviously the entire 9-month process that me and my wife, we were alone in our house during the lockdown. We didn't have any help, but it was quite a journey, and it's something that I'll really cherish all my life. And now it's been amazing. Every week is something new, and just to see her smile, and that yeah, get up in the morning and see her smile is a different feeling altogether. So yeah, it's been amazing, and I'm just I feel, yeah, I'm going to play kind of little differently now. I feel like at least when I sit on the drums, it feels a little different now.
Wow, that's wonderful. That's wonderful. I'm yet to. I'm sure it's a long way around, but I'm yet to
Very soon, very
feel.
soon.
Not soon, not soon, not soon. Let's cut that. Let's cut that out from this live when we post this. But
Right.
how's Shannon doing? How's everything at home? I hope
Very well.
everything
Very good.
everything's fine and safe. Also,
Very good.
a few days ago, we were discussing that you shifted to a new place. You shifted from
Yes.
where, because I would like to let the viewers know. So when I shifted to Bombay 3, 4 years ago, and me and Chitrangada, we were looking for a place to stay. So we found a place on this place called Veera Desai, which is in Andheri West. And to my luck, I figured out that not just Didi, even his studio, Click, is just in front of my house. I mean, from my veranda, you can literally see Click. You can see the studio, and that was just such an awesome feeling when you invited me and we went and we played. So that was the. It's just such a great coincidence that things kind of you fall around the people you like. You like-minded people. I mean, universe kind of places you around the right people. So
True.
tell us. So coming to a little bit of work talk, just tell me how did you hear about Gappu Cajon? Where was the first time you heard about Gappu Cajon, and how and why? If you can just tell the viewers.
So I remember, I think maybe 2.5, 3 years back. I was gigging in Calcutta, and I get this message on Facebook from this incredible talent, Anirban, and he said that this is something that we are making, and we would like you to check it out, and we would love to have your feedback and stuff like that. So one of my gigs in Calcutta with Salim Suleiman, I just called him to the hotel, and then he carried these products with him, and I was completely blown. Like, in the sense, I had no idea that we had a company which is in India, made in India, and which is creating such incredible products. And the minute I checked them out at the hotel, within, I think, 15 to 20 days, it was there at my studio. He sent me this
Wow.
beautiful cajon, and I really enjoyed it. And I obviously had another brand at the studio before, and I actually did like a test, and I checked out both the cajons together, and I was really not surprised, but I knew that the Gappu would sound much better, because just the wood quality, the way it's made, the
Exactly.
spring, the snares inside, and just the perfect amount of the snare and stuff that you require, and even the bottom end, like, it was just perfect. Like, it's just that you always look out for that perfect tone. Certain times you feel that it's a little boomy, or certain times you feel that there's too much of high mids, but the one that he sent me was just bang on. And then later on, he's been very kind, and I've been using a lot of Gappu shakers, and the octa snare that he sent me. So I've used in some recordings and stuff for films. So yeah, it's been a
Oh,
really amazing journey with them. Yeah.
same thing. I mean, I was also pretty. I mean, same story, just a different part. The most interesting thing that I found was Anirban. I mean, one of the people heading Gappu. I mean, he's not the only one. He's got a huge team
Yes.
with himself right now. But the fact that this boy, especially Anirban, is not just bringing the cajon to you, he's also part of the maker. He's also
Yes.
someone who is so deeply involved in the workings of the cajon, the tone of the wood, where does he get the wood from, where does he
Yes.
source it from, and how he basically compares his own cajon with other one of I mean top brand cajons of the world, which is really phenomenal. Recently, I remember he got one cajon for me, which is called the adjustable cajon, which basically
Yes.
you can take the snare on and off. But mostly in most of the adjustable ones I've seen, the snare, it is just one screw to take it
Right.
off or on. But this guy, what he did was not just that. I mean, once you position the snare to however you want it, desirable,
Right.
this, how much ever you want the snare sound to dominate, you can lock it at that position, which I found was it's like a hack, like he saw all the
Right.
cajons and it's like, there's a loophole in these things. That's where
Right.
he found the hack, and he kind of cleared it. And same with
Yeah.
the octa snare, he has something called the travel snare, like the small one.
Right.
So yeah, he's branching into a lot of stuff recently. I mean, which I thought I will ask him to send you. He developed this thing called wooden brush, where he made a long, really long brush, and it's the
Right.
whole handle and everything is made out of wood. There's no plastic, none whatsoever.
Wow.
Which is also like recyclable, which he said that whenever it's kind of done, you're done playing it, you can just throw it and it'll recycle itself. So that's really
That's amazing. See,
amazing.
that's the best thing. He's always pushing the game. Like he's always trying to come out with new products, and even with the just the Cajon, trying to kind of come out with varieties and stuff. And that's the best thing I like about Gappu and the entire team. That they are always pushing the game, and I would always support a company like this. And I'm very happy that it's made in India.
I know. That's what I mean. You can't get more Atmanirbhar than this. I don't
Then
know
this, yeah.
if you. I know. I don't know if you can. So also we were getting into this point where I asked some of the people in my page to
Yes.
ask you a few questions, and to tell you very honestly, I received over 120 questions, but
Wow.
obviously we can't really get into all the 120 questions. So if the people, the kids, if you're watching this, I'm really sorry if I haven't taken your question. You can still contact Darshan at his Instagram handle, or you can ask us and we'll get you in touch with him, but it's not as difficult as it is. But I will try and choose only a few. And when in choosing this, there is no bias. So please do understand, I'm not, because a lot of times it happens, no, Didi. I mean, people think you're asking, questions. So
Right.
to begin the leg of questions, let me ask you one of my questions to you. I read somewhere that your journey of percussion and drums started with your father. Can you brief us a little bit? Can you tell us a little bit about it? Because that's very interesting. Because I think you won the Limca Book of Records, right? The youngest drummer
Yes.
ever. So yeah, just tell us a little bit how did that happen, and also about your
So
father.
yeah, it's like as most of you guys know, my father is a percussionist, a drummer, and he runs this academy in Mumbai in Juhu for the last 45 years. So the minute I was born in the house, like the music was already there. Like every day you get up and I could hear violins and I could hear keyboards and drums and percussion and students learning tabla and stuff like that. So. Uh, I remember going to his concerts from a very early age. Only I started attending his concerts, and he was very big into the whole dandiya scene back then. I come from a Gujarati family, so for us, dandiya is like massive. Like it's like how you
I
guys have
I
Durga
love
Puja.
Dandiya. Sorry to cut you out, but I love Dandiya. I just the groove is just too good, man. I've danced a few times. Anyway, sorry. Yes.
So at a point of his life, he used to kind of had like 5 Navratris at the same time. So 3 days he used to play at one place and then 2 days at another place, and all of them were under his name. He was very big in the scene out here. So that's where I started, like at least just imitating him firstly, seeing him on stage and just trying to play those grooves just on the snare and the floor tom. Obviously, my
Wow.
legs could not reach the hi hats and the bass drum, so that was out of the picture. So I remember first gig that I did was actually like a small 5 minute performance. I think I would about maybe 18 months or somewhere about 2 years old, and this was at a auditorium in Juhu, Bhaidas Hall, and it was an intermission. And my father like just kind of got me onto the kit, and then I was just playing, and my mother was standing holding me and stuff like that. And then obviously the intermission was about for 10 minutes and it was kind of getting over. And my father said, okay, come on, let's step out, so obviously I was not ready to leave the drums and I was not ready to leave the sticks and stuff. So, and the promoter who organized the show, he saw that and he's like, let's do a thing. Why don't we start the show with him now? Let him just play for 5 minutes. Let's just see how it goes, and that's where it all started. I kind of started with the dandiya groove and played around the kit, and I really got a very good response that day. And from there on, my father knew that this is the way I have to go, and he was very like thinking wise, he was very in the future to understand that I don't want to just keep Darshan to playing Gujarati beats or playing just orchestra music or just playing Bollywood music. So by the age of 6 or 7, he already started kind of pushing me to learn tabla. From Pandit Eknath Pimpleji, I kind of learned for about 6 7 years. Then I had some other gurus and stuff. So I was learning tabla side by side, And then he introduced me to firstly my first guru, Lester Gudino, who
Wow.
was like just amazing. And if you remember this, that Aaj Ki Teesri Manzil ka, that solo, that's
Yes,
played by
yes,
his
yes, yes.
Leslie Gudino. So that
Wow,
was his
wow, wow.
son.
That's
And
such a great info. Wow, man.
yeah, and to see him play the drums like that, because I always used to see my dad play in a very different way, which is the Indian style of drumming, playing the beats and playing the Indian grooves. But when I saw him, I'm like, okay, man, this is like very different. And in the way he used to, the traditional grip and stuff like that, it was very different. So he taught me for the first 3 months, and then he was kind of really touring a lot and he was very busy. So he recommended another teacher whose name is Pankaj Sharma, who has played a very big role in my life, and getting my
Wow.
foundation super super strong, making sure that my left hand works the right way. The left foot, obviously, you know how every right-handed person has, the left foot is very weak to start off with. So he was very patient enough with me, and he made sure that 6 7 years that I learned under him was the foundation was very strong, and then came everything else. So my father played a very big role in kind of connecting me to all these gurus. And then obviously the cherry on the cake was meeting Ranjit sir at the age of 16. And the minute I met him, he's like, where the hell have you been, man? Where the hell have you been? So I'm like, I'm
Oh
still
yeah.
just completing my school, and next year I'm going to go to college, and I'm going to come to your studio. I'm going to meet you, and that's it, man. From there on, my life completely changed. And the way I look at drums now, and the way I sound, I think pretty much all the credit goes to him, because he completely changed the way I
Same.
listen to
Yeah.
music. Just giving me so much of music. Before even teaching me and sitting on the kit and just teaching me, he first gave me, like, about for first, I remember 4 5 months, it was just burning CDs from him. He had these 2 3 big folders of Mahavishnu, Billy Cobham, you just name it, every little
Ah.
record, Steve
Oh.
Smith,
Whew.
everything. And he's like, this is the material, go and just listen to it for some months, and then we'll meet again. So that's the way it started with him, and the rest is history. As you know, it's like, it's been an
Yeah.
amazing journey that I'm very thankful that the artists that I work with, the musicians that I work with every day in day out, it's been a blessing.
We are very thankful, Didi, to be honest, because you're one of the first drummers that I heard in Bollywood music. I mean, like how you were saying you heard your elders. You are
Yeah.
one of the first drummers that I heard, maybe it in the Bollywood songs that you talk about, or maybe it in Coke Studio, or maybe it at a live gig where I went to watch Bollywood gig, and there were you playing your beautiful drums. So how do you balance, since you also said that you kind of test cajons out, you play that, you have a cajon. How do you balance playing with sticks as opposed to playing with hands? Because you've also gained the knowledge of tabla. So if for suppose, because I get this question asked a lot, and I have my own perspective to it, which is not what
Right.
we are about today. We are about your perspective today. So if you can share your perspective a little bit, how do you transfer from sticks to maybe a cajon or any hand percussion, as to say, what's your take on that?
So, bro, I think for me it was very natural, because as you know that I've learned tabla. So obviously that whole technique was pretty much there, because I was side by side learning tabla and drums at the same time. And but for me, playing percussion kind of became even like a bigger picture for me when I started working under Tawfiq Qureshi, because that was, the minute I kind of started working with him for recordings, and we had this band called Mumbai Stamp.
Yeah.
That's the very
Yes.
back in the day that we started. And I remember my first session with him was for the Doom 2 ka title track. If you hear,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
that whole intro
Yo, tak, tak,
section.
tak, tik, dan,
Yeah.
dan, tak, 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 tuk, 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 there. Oh, crazy, crazy,
Yeah,
crazy.
so that's where it all started, and the minute I started doing a lot of session work with him, my whole perspective of percussion changed, and how to arrange a rhythm section, how to arrange those small elements, and when you play those things separately, and when you kind of hear them together as a whole, is when you realize that, okay, man, I really never knew that everything together will sound like this. So whether it's high perks, or whether it's djembe playing duffs, playing trash cans, playing all kinds of stuff, dumbek, darabuka, everything, So I
Wow.
really learned a lot, especially how to design percussion, how to design a
Mm.
section in a song, and that really helped me. And recently I kind of worked with Amit Trivedi for his project 80 Azad, and
Yes,
that's
yes.
when me and a very
Sounds
dear
kick
friend.
ass, man. Sounds
Thank
kick
you.
ass. That
Thank you.
sounds that
So
sounds
that's
really
where I kind
good.
of, all that experience that I kind of, all the stuff that I learned under him kind of came under use during this project, because here I was not just playing acoustic drums, but everything. I kind of made it like a hybrid kit where my toms were Duffs.
Yes,
My
yes, yes.
so there was
We saw
high
that.
birds, there was a big Puneri dhol, on my right and stuff. So it was
Ah,
it was a it was a really cool project to kind of put all those ideas together, and all those experience and the learning that I've done under him to kind of put all those things together for a project. So for me, it's been very natural. So even if when I used to play like a percussionist, I did some certain gigs as a percussionist. For me, I really never felt kind of too much of a hassle between hand and the sticks part of it.
wow, that's also very close to how I kind of imagine it. But yeah, that's such a organic thing to say that it's almost the same because the source kind of stays the same, you know. It's
Right.
just the learning that you kind of put into the output that you have. That's so nice. So talking
Right.
about tabla, talking about Tawfiq ji, talking about RB, the only time that all of this kind of came together is also when I got way closer to you is for Abaji's 100th year birthday celebration.
Yes.
And that was the time where I think seven of us, right? If I'm not mistaken, I'm
Yes.
sorry. Just memory might lapse a little bit, but I think it was seven of us, and we got a bunch of chakradars just thrown at us. I remember that meeting at RB's studio where we were
Yeah.
thrown literally we were thrown like 10, 15 chakardas and we were like, figure it out, guys. RV was like, figure it out. I'll tell you what not to do, but what you have to do is your way. So how was that experience receiving being chosen as one of the drummers by RB and Zakir ji, and to be able to represent that in NCPA in front of such a well received audience. How was that feeling? I sure was shitting bricks. I remember, but how was your feeling, man? How
So
was
for
your
me,
feeling?
Samvit, actually, this really goes back 20 years when Abbaji's Barsi, that whole concept of him celebrating him every year started, like, in 2000. And I was part of that from 2001 itself, where Tawfiq Bhai used to ask me to kind of take care of the drummers, especially coming from abroad. Taking them to the hotel, taking them to the rehearsals, if they require anything like, shopping wise or anything. So I've been very blessed to, like, just hang with that group of amazing drummers. And for me, it was very special. The first time actually I remember it was, I think, back in 2008 or 2009, when Ranjit sir asked me, Kurt Peters, and this incredible drummer Tao from Kerala to do like a three
Wow.
drummer act at Abaji's Bersi at the Shalmukaran.
Wow.
And I
Wow.
was like,
Wow.
after 8 years of watching all these incredible artists on that stage, it was so special for me to, like, firstly be invited by Ustadji to even say that, okay, you guys come and as three drummers perform here. So it was very special. Uh, and then after that, about 3 years back, I got a call from Mustaji's office that, we would like want you to perform with him at Shanmukaran with this whole Masters of Percussion with Tawfiq Bhai and Niladri ji and Sabir Khan and all the amazing names, of the game. And that again was a very special moment from me. And cut to again coming back to this whole seven dramas thing, I was very excited the minute I got the news from Ranjit sir and telling that this is happening. I was like,
Oh
okay,
man.
this is going to be so much fun. And the names, like all the drummers which were there, were all my favorites. Like, from Gino to, to you to even Shravan. Like, I really love Shravan's playing now, and
What
the
a what
kind of
a
language that he's
gorgeous
playing.
drummer. Yeah.
It's amazing. Quab, hi Quab, Quab is here.
Quabs here. What's up?
And So yeah, it was so cool, because all of us drummers generally come on 3rd of February to celebrate Abaji, and here we are, celebrating his birthday, his 100th year, and it was very special. And that whole moment, starting from the morning session to us playing in the evening, and then obviously after us, Uncle Louis and everybody playing, it was so special. The only
Oh
thing I
yeah,
missed
yeah.
that just that Ranjit sir would have been present there. But
Ah, that would
yeah,
be
that's one
perfect.
thing that I missed on that day really, really badly. But he was there with us with our music and with our drums. But yeah, it was very, very, very special for me.
So talking about associations, I remember hearing so much of your music where you associate yourself with other drummers also. You work with other drummers. As you said, we have one of the best drummers in the world, Kaz Rodriguez here right now. He was asking Didi, how you doing?
Hey
We're doing
guys.
great. We're doing great. It's all safe here. How was it working with him, with his music? Because I remember you've had a lot of collaborations. I don't know if they're more in line. How
Yeah.
was it working with him? Because for me personally, he's such an inspirational person where he not just produces the music, he plays it and understands it from a producer's perspective, not just a drummer's perspective. How was it working with him and playing his music?
So again, I know Cass for quite some years now. I used to go to London and I used to perform almost every year. And I used to kind of, whenever I used to go, I used to bug him, call him and say, "Bro, let's catch up." And and we couple of times we also got opportunities to share together, and we had a really amazing time. So I have kind of a really special bond with him. And as you said, he's not just a drummer; he's a complete musician. He's a producer, and he sees. Music very differently. He sees colors in them, and it's a very different perspective of seeing music, and that's one thing I really liked about him. And I was kind of really intrigued with the tracks that he used to make, the drum list, his first
Yeah,
album, and
exactly,
all the
exactly.
stuff
Yeah.
that he used to make. It was very different than the other drum list tracks that I used to perform as a kid or even later on. I really enjoyed the way he used to think. That whole pocket of fives and sevens and nines, and that whole combination really kind of impressed me a lot. And obviously once I met him, it was really that whole bond and the connect was amazing. And even a couple of years back at NAM, we got to hang again, at Zildjian Live, and I just felt that that the drumming community is so amazing, man. When I went to Zildjian Live and when I saw all these incredible drummers under one roof, and the way they hang with each other, the way they were talking about drums, the way the whole community was amazing. And that's one thing that I love our drumming community in India as well. That it's so strong, it's so close. I really enjoy, on the group chat that we share all our music and our setups, and it's so cool. And I really want to keep pushing this whole community and promote each other as well. It's there for me. There has never been insecurities of, oh, why this or why that, or why should I promote this or why should I promote the other person. It's never like this for me. It's Indian drummers. I want to see them on the international websites. I want to see them on all the magazines, all these amazing things. And it has just started now. Obviously Trilogy started this years back, but after that there was a big gap. There was not many people that went. And recently, obviously 10 years back, Ranjit Bhai started performing with McLaughlin, which was incredible. But after that, again, there has been a big gap, and I feel that more drummers from India are much deserving to kind of go now abroad and play with the best and
Sure.
the best of the business. And I think it's going to happen very soon. Already, Gino is doing a great job. We are collaborating with a lot of international artists, whether it was Bobby Lewis or Kaz, or I'm also doing a couple of tracks with some incredible drummers. So yeah, a lot of things in the pipeline, which we're going to talk about soon.
For sure, man. I think that's also one of the nicest thing that you've said. Just for a moment to come back to Kaz, from all the drummers and
Also, Kaz
percussionist
is saying he's
community,
half Gujarati, so yeah, that also worked.
the
Brother, you got
vibes
to come
kind of
soon, man. And
the vibes kind of met at the right place.
yeah. No, he's an incredible guy, man, and
So just
I'm really
just
waiting for Zildjian to get him to India so that we can have an amazing tour with him, and he
for
needs to eat
sure.
some really good Indian food, so that's where you're
Yeah.
gonna come in for sure.
Authentic Gujarati
Yes,
Indian food. So
correct.
just to bring the topic a little bit back to him, from all the
Yeah,
drummers and percussionists, we would like to thank Kaz actually so much for putting up all of your drumless files, because we have personally spent hours shedding to that, and not just shedding with the perspective of playing things out, but to understand what fits the song and what does not. Because back in the day, not back in the day, like few years ago, also it was little tough to find drumless files. Where in Apple Music you go to Kaz's profile and you find all his albums and all the songs drumless, so you can really play. So thanks, man, for doing that. And to come back to you, Didi, what you said about how you want to see drummers at a place. I would really like to say this out loud here today in the public forum, that one of the examples of you being one of the nicest people is me. It's because I have to thank you for the fact that the amount of help and the amount of love you showed me towards during the Zildjian phase where I got the Zildjian endorsement. It's literally because of you. It's literally because of how you put the word in, and I really can't thank you enough. I'm really at loss of words, because you don't have, I generally don't have words in my dictionary for these feelings of how it felt. And because it's not that we've known each other for 30, 40 years, for the longest period of time, but how you helped me, how you pushed that whole musician inside me to go ahead and get that, which is why in the Zildjian page my name's there. So thank you
no,
so
you
much, Didi.
deserve it, bro.
That
You really
means so
deserve it.
much. Which
As
is
you said,
fine. I mean, that's fine. That's fine. That's always there. But thanks for the love. Thanks for it's again. It's not about me. Today is about you. So this is all about thanking you and sending the
no,
love to you. So
we are really happy. We are really happy to have you on, in the Zildjian family now. And I really like your stuff and what you've been doing for the last couple of years. And as I said, I really love kind of promoting and putting out and pushing talent which really deserves to be there. And I think you're one of them. And it's just the start for you, bro. There is so much amazing music left in you, and there's so much music to come out that I'm really excited that it's going to be with Zildjian now. So yeah, thank you.
thanks, man. As we say, apes for apes. So, okay, coming back to all the questions that you guys send, because someone's going on asking, ask my question. So,
Let's go. Let's go. Let's do it.
I will do it. So, here's one question from this person called Arjo underscore Mukherjee 97, who asks, what is the secret to Darshan's clean playing and precision? Which is also something that I keep asking you, bro. How are you so precise? So, what is the secret to your playing clean and precision?
So as I said earlier, I've really worked on the foundation, in the early stages, and practicing for hours and hours, and and working on specific rudiments every day. I didn't want to do everything in one day, so I always had like a chart where a specific day will be for specific rudiments, and also I was very strict with myself of working with a metronome, and my guru very clearly told me that for me speed is not important, clarity is very very important. And that's where the whole clarity part came in, that play slow, but play it clean. Let just talk in a manner where people can understand through your playing as well. So that's where that whole clarity part came in. And obviously spending a lot of hours with single strokes, doubles, triplets, paradiddles, flams, and that's it, man. If you do it for hours, this is all about muscle memory. The more you give it to your muscles, the more the speed and the clarity, everything will come. But don't work for speed. Right now I see a lot of drummers playing a lot of. Everybody wants to play fast, fast, fast. But I really enjoy, sometimes just playing slow and breaking down stuff. And for me, coming back to the same thing, clarity for me is very, very important. So if I'm not sure about the clarity, then I would stop at that particular speed then.
Wow, that's so good, and that will be so well received by the kids. I remember talking to you during that phase of us kind of getting closer to last year, making that Abbaji's video that we did for
Yes.
his 101 year. I remember this one very nice thing that you told me. when we were kind of I mean, we used to have those long night chats where I remember you telling me that at a point of time where you were playing uh, drums for a little while, you didn't quite well were so greatly introduced to the rudiments, and when that hit you, when the world of rudiments and everything hit you, you kind of went deep into how much importance do you think people don't give to singles and doubles, just the normal singles and doubles? Do you think they are one of the most important things? What's your take on, rudiments, paradiddles, the singles and doubles? What's your take on that?
Right. That's true actually. Nowadays it's, everybody wants to learn songs. Last 2 years I've been teaching a lot online, and certain times when people don't come from a musical family or, doesn't have that kind of a musical background, that's like, oh, my kid wants to learn some songs. Can you teach him some Bollywood songs and stuff? And then I say that, man, it's not about the songs. First you got to learn the basics. You got to learn the ABCD. When you go to a school, do you really go and tell the teacher that, oh, can my boy write an essay straight away? You can't do that.
Wow.
You have to learn the letters. You have to learn the words. You have to learn sentences, and then you can put things together. Same thing with drums. It is singles, doubles, triplets, paradiddles are the ABCD. If you don't do that well, if you don't do that in all note values, if you don't do that in all the BPMs, if you don't do that in a particular manner, it'll be very difficult for you to communicate later with musicians and to play in a very musical format. So for me, that was very, very important. And then using that in a musical setting as well, not just keeping it to the practice pad, but using that on the kit and trying to explore all the different options and possibilities with that on the kit. So that is something that I really worked on, and make sure that I have that right as well.
Wow, that's so nice. So the next question is by a friend. He's also one of my favorite drummers. He plays for the band Soulmate and Blue Temptation. Vinny, hi Vinny, if you're watching this, I'm taking your question as you asked me. So Vinny underscore Happy Eyes has asked, what are the best exercises for strengthening the left hand?
Left hand, for me, it's always been singles and doubles, and always starting certain times, there's always a habit for the right-handed people to start with the right. Everything that you do, you start with the right. But for almost 6 to 8 months in between, I was just starting everything with the left. Even if I have to play the right, I shifted my right symbol also to the left side so that I had to ride, with my left hand.
Oh, that's difficult. That's really difficult.
Yeah, it was quite kind of tricky. And then also keep playing it in a more open-handed space as well. How you see Carter Buford doing it, for most of his.
Oh.
So I used to see a lot of videos of him as well, and his band. So that really inspired me to kind of open that whole option of keep making your left hand as equal to the right hand. So same stuff, man. Rudimental stuff. There are such incredible book. Stick control. Those are some amazing books that you can work on, and make sure that you give equal importance to your left hand the way you give it to the right hand. But coming to the hand technique, bro, I feel it's very important to use the bounce, the fingers and the wrist. Most of the drummers that we see, they try to use a lot of arm, and that kind of really will not help you to kind of get that speed and play for if you have to do like a 3-hour concert, and if you have to play everything with your arm, that's not so I feel the technique is very, very important. And I feel if you sit well on the kit, if you hold the sticks the right way, the bounce, knowing where the grip point is to have the right grip, I think all these things coming together makes a big difference to your technique and how comfortable you are able to play on the kit for a longer time.
Wow. So all of you guys, this is probably a masterclass that you guys are getting for free. So I'm sure, thank you so much, man. Again, I mean, I'm feeling damn good. Though we have these discussions whenever we are on the phone, but for everyone, for all the viewers to watch this, it is really incredible. So the next question is from underscore Anushtup, who's asking, how was your practice session being? How was your practice sessions been over the years of your drumming career from the beginning? I think he means from when you started your career, or from when you started drumming till now. How are you breaking your practice sessions? I hope you mean
So
that, Anuj.
it has changed a lot actually over the years, because obviously once we started kind of touring a lot and got really busy with that, the kind of time that I used to give back in the day was obviously was close to about 4 to 5 hours a day. I had this place in my building which was an empty room, and I used to set up my kit there and just go there and start at about 4 o'clock in the evening, and you play till about 8:30, 9 o'clock in the night, because obviously in the
Wow.
afternoon you can't make too much noise, and morning I was doing either school or college. So my practice routine was always in the evening. And then, yeah, just, playing, as I said, I used to kind of divide my week into specific concepts and formulas and not just jam every day. So working on certain concepts, working on technique, working on sometimes just doing leg rudiments. About 2008 I started doing a little bit of double bass, because I was thrown into this film Rock On, where I had to do a little bit of double bass, and
Oh yeah.
till then I had no
Ooh.
idea about playing too much of double bass. So yeah, that started then, and so yeah, over the years it's changed a lot. Earlier in the day, I used to also carry my practice pad on tour as well. Practicing in the hotel, doing some warm ups before the gig and stuff like that. But now again, it's become more of a routine. Yes, exactly. So yeah. See, now check this guy, this Mount Aditya. Do you prefer strawberry or mango jam? See, this guy is such a bad boy. But
I
I
think
really like. Let me tell you, I
I
really like the mango jam, especially in this season. The mango jam is amazing. Okay,
I
for the
think
answer.
we can get into a mix. Since you play so much of fusion, you can get into a mix of strawberry and mango jam, and you can throw in some blueberry and some nice. Anyway, let's not get into that. I was getting into alcohol.
Yeah, so
Anyway.
just to answer his question, I hope I could answer him, because it's changed a lot, but it's always about focusing on specific formulas and concepts and not just jamming to backing tracks.
So the next question is probably one of the toughest questions that we all get to face, but we'll kind of see your version of the answer. So Ashish underscore Pujari has asked, can we quit our full-time 9 to 5 job to invest all our time and become a good session drummer slash musician?
Ashish, that's $1 million question for you.
I'd say
That is
don't do it.
something.
I would say
Yeah,
don't do it.
yeah,
Anyway,
it's
sorry, yeah.
it's very tricky, man. It's especially in today's time, especially in the last 1 year. My answer before this pandemic was very different, and after the pandemic has kind of really changed now. So it's a balance, man. It's something that if you really feel that you have it in you and you really want to do drums full time, then you have to deepen. You have to deepen into the ocean, like simple as that. You have to dive. There's no other way out to work this out, because not even 100%. You will have to give 200% if you really want to take drumming as a full-time profession. So it's something which is very tricky, and it's something that you have to take a call depending on the financial situation of your family, whether your parents allow you, they don't allow you, what is the thing going forward. Because right now, obviously since the last 1 year, as you know, there's absolutely no work for musicians, at all. So in a time like this, if you don't have another job, or if you don't have anything other than just music, then you will be struggling right now. So it's a very tricky question, and it's something that it depends from person to person. And I feel if you really believe in yourself, and if you believe in your art, and if you really want to just get into it, then just forget everything and just. But it has to be a little calculative. You can't be just saying that, oh, I want to do, but then there is no practice and there is no improvement happening over the month. So it has to be a little more calculative, and you need to understand where you stand in the current scenario. And you can see everybody in the scene. Is it a possibility that you can reach there? And if you feel that 50% that you can reach there, then buddy, go for it.
Wow,
So, but be
that's
very
so
smart. Be
inspiring.
very smart, especially in today's time, man. You have to be incredibly smart, not just musically, but the other things. Then in the business wise, also you have to be very smart with how you deal with things right now, because this pandemic has really changed all of us right now. and it has really
Yes,
opened me in a very different way where I have to really think a lot of different ways that I could make money and survive and give food to the family. So you and me, everybody, we are trying to adapt to this situation, whether it was doing online training, doing a lot of masterclass workshops, doing recordings from home, making a setup which is possible where you can play from our studio, and people can send us file and we can send it back. So at least some kind of a business, and our music was on. But unfortunately, not everybody has that kind of a place or a studio to work on. So these are very important things that going ahead you have to keep in mind, that don't be
definitely.
dependent on just one band or one artist to give you your bread and butter. You have to be playing with everybody. That's what I've been telling so many musicians, that don't be stuck to just one band. Yes, it's great to play with one band, but what happens when that band doesn't have gigs, or when that band decides to break up? You again have to start everything from zero. So be smart, and I think automatically, if you keep doing good music and if you keep practicing well, the music will kind of guide you forward.
Definitely. Wow, wow. That's such a, I think, perfect in-depth answer from Darshan. It really speaks highly of what, how true and honest you are with all of your opinions. Next question we have from someone called Pallab.B, who's written, how do you feel the internet has impacted the music business?
I think it has changed a lot, and it has impacted us in a positive way as well, and in a negative way as well. There is always a good and a bad side to everything, and I feel there are a lot of good. I see it in a obviously from a good side, because I always have a habit of seeing things in a positive way. So I think the internet has some incredible information, man. And I feel that you and me, we used to, at least I used to die to get this information as a kid, and nowadays it's at just one click, and boom, you have everything that you want. You have everything, all the options to learn from any drama that you want to. Thanks to this pandemic, you can learn from Dave Weckl, you can learn from Steve Smith, you can learn from
Didi, you
Jonas
can learn from
Sanchez.
Didi as well. You can learn from Didi.
No, man, it's really opened a lot of amazing options, and I think students should really take this opportunity and get in and dive, as I said, and give your 200% and learn from the best in the business. For me, having a guru is very, very important. Yes, the internet is
Hmm.
there, but the internet has too much information, man. And certain times it will just throw you apart, and you will not know where to head. And you will be like, okay, I'm seeing this guy play, but I'm not able to play it. Yes, you cannot play it because
Hmm.
he has put about 10,000 hours of practice that you haven't.
Hmm.
So don't just go onto videos and see that, oh wow, he's playing fast, oh man, Kaz is playing at 170 bpm, or he's playing so many amazing fills around. Yes, he can do that because he's practiced his ass off for so many years. But if you have the right guru and the right teacher to show you from scratch, saying that okay, we can reach that level, but you have to be patient enough, you have to practice, and step by step we will reach there for sure. And I think a student who has that patience right now, man, right now the world is completely open for you, and it's an amazing time uh, to explore and to check out music. I'm not just talking drums now, I'm talking checking artists like Jacob Collier, or checking them out, and just seeing what these incredible artists are working on. And there are so many amazing musicians and so many amazing genres that you can explore. And this is the time, I'm telling you, make use of this lockdown, and just get in and just lock yourself and just do music, man. You don't need to go out any which ways. So avoid going out, and just lock yourself and just enjoy this time, because this is not going to come back again, for sure.
Wow, 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 wow. Man, that's such an awesome, that's like a perfect Amitabh Bachchan sort of a line. Yes, समय वापस नहीं आने वाला.
Correct.
Anyway, so I'll take two more questions, guys. So again, for the ones who have dropped in your questions, I'm so sorry if I can't take all of your questions. We have a limited time. Didi is a busy human being, not just as a musician, but also he has father duties, he has home duties, and
Yes.
he luckily has accepted to give us some of his time. So again, thank you
Pleasure.
so much, Didi.
Pleasure.
So I have two more questions from this bunch, which is so Nikhil 21, yeah, Nikhil 21 has asked, as I am a self-taught drummer and want to learn sheet music, so what is the best platform or way to learn?
Uh, so currently online, you will have to obviously check out things like Drumeo has started Drumeo coaches, and they've been doing some amazing job there. I've known that Geno School, which is uh,
Algorithm.
the algorithm, and even the university has been doing a very good job. So they've just started. There are a couple of my
Eh,
students
the
who've joined
NMI,
there as well.
NMIS, NMIMS.
Yes,
That's the one.
NMIS,
Yeah.
yeah. So again, I am from Mitibai College, and I used to do a lot of stuff for NMIMS. So that's again a very close family for me, and I think they're doing an incredible job right now. And so if you are into wanted to learn notation and stuff, I think you can also kind of apply for that as well. And not just that, but obviously learning under somebody like even Gino is incredible, and the kind of information that he can share with you. So yeah, check out these things. There are so many amazing online schools and universities have been doing a lot of online Zoom master classes and Zoom workshops and Zoom seminars. Especially, I should talk about Berkeley, because I've been attending a lot of Berkeley Zoom seminars, which is being done by the Berkeley bass
Yeah.
department.
Yes. 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 Yes.
So,
Yes.
I've
Bass
got to
vault.
learn
Bass
so
vault.
much. Yeah, just listening to drummers like Steve Gadd, Dennis Chambers,
Woo.
Steve Smith, the list goes on, and they kind of do this every month, and go and really kind of subscribe to their page, and you will kind of really get some amazing information.
I think also trying to take from your point is, I think what Didi is also trying to say is that always be on the lookout for information and knowledge. You have these amazing pages. Didi himself, as he spoke about Gino, spoke about other drummers, he spoke about Berkeley, Bass Vault. These places, guys, you need to follow, because sadly, information is not this way. It's this way. You have to go seek for information. It will not come to you. And thanks to the
Very
internet,
true.
as he asked, I think Pallab underscore B's question, where the internet has kind of changed everything. Can you guys imagine having this pandemic in 1997? I can't.
Oh God.
I can't.
Oh God.
So we have this beautiful gift of man, which is internet. You can go and find your solutions. We are dropping all the names, we are dropping all the information. So just try and figure that out. One last question from this batch, uh, which is who's called musically underscore mad underscore, and I think it's not a question. He's asked something. I want a discussion on exploring different sounds of cajon and how add-ons can be interesting. I don't know what
Yeah.
add-on means, but I think he means exploring different sounds. How do you explore different sounds?
So
Definitely.
again, that's pretty much a trial and error thing. Like luckily, I have a studio where I have all my drums, I have my cymbals, I have my percussion and stuff like that. So a lot of times you might see me just keeping a splash cymbal on the snare drum, or keeping some kind of a percussion accessory on a cymbal or stuff like that. So you always have to try it out and see how it works. Also with cajon, I kind of sometimes also wear those shakers and some bells and stuff, like to kind of add that frequency if the song requires it. So, I've also done that. I've also played that in MTV Unplugged with Amit Trivedi, where I used to, I used some shakers for a couple of sections, and again I'm going back to cajon and stuff like that. So it's always what the song demands. If the song demands that frequency and it requires that color, then I would be more than happy to try it out and add some add-ons and see. Certain times a lot of I've seen. This amazing guy Vivek Rajagopalan, who kind of wears
Oh,
gungus and percussion
yeah,
on his
yeah.
feet,
Amazing,
while he's playing the
amazing.
rhythm. So you should always explore, man. There is nothing to be, certain times it might not sound right, but it's always good to try, and especially when you have a studio and when you have a setup where you can do that. Always keep recording yourself. That's one more thing that I want to tell to all the upcoming drummers and stuff. Whenever you practice, keep recording yourself, because when you hear it back, there are a lot of things that you think that, oh, I could have done this right here, or I could have done I kind of overplayed here, or this could have been in a better zone. So I think since the last 1 year in this lockdown, I've been doing a lot of recording myself kind of sessions, and I'm really enjoying that, because a lot of times I feel that I could be better in a certain place.
Oh, that's great. And talking about exploring sounds, Gappu actually has a very interesting cajon, which is the Gappu Star Cajon, where in one cajon you get five cajons. You can take the head out and you can replace the head. You also get this mechanical screwdriver with the cajon, where you can do it yourself. You don't have to go to a store and buy that. And at the moment, right now, in GappuPercussion.com, GappuPercussion.com, in the website, we are having discounts, heavy discounts, which will last for the next 18 days. So you guys can pick up your favorite instrument, what DD spoke about or what I am talking about. We have Gappu Star, Gappu Adjustable, the percussion combo, the Paco de Lucia Cajon. So you can actually check out anything and everything. And to end the session, we are going to announce the winner.
Yes.
So first of all, I would like to, while ending, I would like to just say thank you so much, Didi. I know you're a really good friend. You're a great brother. But to do this for not just for me, for the brand Gappu, because Gappu is not the world's biggest brand right now, but they are definitely aiming at it.
Oh, yeah.
For you
It
to
will be
give this
very soon.
time.
It will be very soon, and I'm very happy that that the way you are supporting Gappu Cajon as well, and even Khwab and everybody kind of. It's really nice to see the drumming community, because that's the one thing I asked him, when he asked me to, be the ambassador and stuff, and I was like, I would want to be, I would want more percussionists to come and play this, because that's what it deserves, because
Exactly, exactly.
we still are drummers at heart, and we'll always be. Yes, we do play percussion, but I'm very happy that a lot of percussionists also now are coming on board and and helping this brand. So I'm really excited for this the company, and the kind of products that I've just recently seen, and the way you've put out certain videos with the products. It's really looking great and sounding great. So all the best to you guys and the entire team of Gappu Cajon.
Thank you so much. So, just to have a countdown, I hope whoever's watching this found this conversation interesting. This was our first ever session of percussion discussions. And it's just with Sambitsi because I am here. Maybe someone else will take the interview next time. But for this session, we have the one and only the best, Darshan Dashi. And the time has come to announce the winner for the 40% discount. For everybody who was a part of this contest, thank you so much for sharing, for tagging, for commenting, and for following Gappu. You can do more of these things because we have more of these coming forward.
I'm building it.
So guys, देवी और सज्जनों, ये समय आ चुका है. So the winner is underscore Shovik underscore Lodh. So hey Shovik. So underscore Shovik underscore Lodh, I think which your name is Shovik Lodh. So you are the lucky winner of the 40% flat coupon discount on for the first percussion discussion session. You shared, you tagged, you commented, you followed, you brought in your friends, which definitely more than the 40%, it means so much more to us. Once this session ends, please contact us, please DM us. We will send your coupon ID, and you can purchase any product of your choice with a flat 40% discount. So thank you, Didi. Thank you so much.
Pleasure.
It was so good to see you. It's always so good to see you. You're always so much filled with positivity, but the good positivity. It's not the COVID positivity that we have.
But pleasure, man. Thank you so much for having me, and all the best for this percussion discussions with all the. I'm sure there's some amazing drummers and percussionists lined up. So best wishes to you guys, and as I said, all the best to everyone at Gappu Cajon.
So you're here. I can see underscore Shovik underscore Lodh just commented. Thank you, Sambita and Darshan sir. So you deserve it, Shovik, and just send in a DM, and we will let you know how to go forward. Thank you, Didi. Have a good day. Stay safe. Lot of my love to your baby. Lot of love to Shannon. Stay well. Stay safe. I'll see you soon.
Thank you, guys. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Cheers. God bless. Bye.